Gerry Anderson's a man of the world.
Yes, indeed. I've often thought of a tattoo, but I can't figure out what I would like tattooed upon a.
Do you have any
body.
tattoos, Gerry? Seriously?
My body is actually tattoo-free.
Is it?
Have you any?
I don't know.
You're a liar.
The thing about needles.
Have you?
I don't really have an attraction for needles.
Oh, it's never occurred to me to have a tattoo, but although I don't disapprove of them. I like them, actually. The Hawaiian peoples of many years ago, that was their religious bent, but it is now transferred onto the likes of David Beckham and everybody.
I thought you might have been a man who would have had, something tattooed on your body.
No, I haven't. I've often been, through drink, I've often been tempted. But I saw a cartoon one time. It was very funny. It was this gentleman was bringing his child into a museum. It was a kind of a freak show, those things you do at carnivals.
Yes.
And there was a man standing with no clothes on, and it said, "The Untattooed Man."
Have you ever cried at a film? We were talking about that this morning, whether it's unmacho
Can I say this
for
to
men
you?
to shed a tear at a film.
Can I say this to you? I cry, I would say maybe 4 out of 10 films, yeah.
Would you?
I do, yeah.
You see, because there was a man on the programme, he was trying to suggest that it isn't a very macho thing, and women don't like it if men cry at films.
I don't think they do, actually, but the thing is not to tell them. But what I think is good, if you happen to be in the vicinity of a woman and you're crying at a film, just nudge your eye with your finger. They'll see that. But they don't like copious displays of tears. No, I think it's good. I know it's not manly, but then again, I'm not a man. But I cry all the time, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. It releases one's feelings and prevents one from going to jail by thumping somebody with a head.
Probably cry a lot after spending time with Sean.
I cry a lot before I spend time with Sean, in the anticipation of spending time with him. Afterwards, I scream.
Gerry, it's always an education speaking to you.
Well, I feel the same way. I feel the same way about talking to you, Joel. Thank you very much. Good luck to you today.
I term it as therapy. Thanks very much.
And all that you do today, hope everything works out for you.
Many thanks.
And I'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing.
Thank you, Gerry.
And there's no reason why you shouldn't spare us another day.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See how nice I am today? It's all false. As all DJs would say at this point, let's board the love train. That's if you're not married, of course.
I see people getting mad on CNN. Who's right, Democrats or Republicans? I don't care who's right or wrong. I know a way we can all get along. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. Unwind. We'll be chug-a-lugging all the way. Let's roll like the Stones playing all day. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. The whole color thing's never made sense to me. Who gives a hoot if you're red, yellow, purple, or pink? We're all mixed up anyway. We might as well give each other a break and take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. Unwind. We'll be chug-a-lugging all the way. Let's roll like the Stones playing all day. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. So let's forget about the hating and the way the Bulls are playing without Jordan on the team and the high price of gasoline. And if you're living in a bubble, then
That's a track from an album which I think is one of the best albums ever made. I play it on this programme on a regular basis, probably ad nauseum, probably. Horse of a Different Colour, it's called. No, the album is called that. And the band are called Big and Rich. They're an American duo about which nothing much has been heard since they made that. Genius. Love Train, that's called.
Genius. Genius.
It's come out. I don't know what.
I know.
It's come out.
Genius.
It's the drink. I don't know what it is. Lack of drink. I was very bad here yesterday, you know. Did you sense something wrong
No,
with me?
Janet did. I
She-
didn't.
I wasn't myself at all yesterday.
So I believe.
I had to take a couple of fizzers before I came on.
I heard that later on yesterday.
Let me just explain to the people, this is not a bad thing. Every once in a while, a broadcaster needs a little help. And it's not against the law. It's just a little painkiller that every once in a while a person uses when one...
What did you take?
I'm not telling you what I took. It was just something to do with a hangover.
Like, was it anodyne? Or
No,
something?
it was something like that. I can't tell exactly what it was, but nothing as strong as that. But it's very instant and works very well, and clears your head. No, but you see, what this is what's happening to me, and I hope you don't mind me saying this. Incidentally, there's people looking forward to your tenure in this program. Here's a gentleman who writes to me.
I know it's coming.
No, it's all right. No, I'm not going to be cruel. No, I'll tell you what's wrong with me. I normally keep a regimen of discipline, and normally on a Sunday night, I am the essence of good behaviour and sobriety. But because it's coming close to my holidays, although these are not my holidays, let me just stress this. I'm going away for a month, but I'm not going on holidays. I'm doing something different. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, even though you asked me. I'm not going on holidays. But when I feel as if, I'm leaving this station's my home. Mm-hmm. It's my reason, my raison d'être.
Yeah, yes,
my
yes.
reason to live, my joie de vivre.
Yeah.
This is my life here. And whenever I feel as if I'm living here for a while, I'll probably be asked to leave permanently quite soon. To get a spiky-haired boy in here. What would you do if they got a spiky-haired boy in here instead of me?
Instead of you.
The boy would go, "Hey, hi there." What would you do?
Well, I think
you'd have to go too.
I think we'll go together. There's no doubt about that.
I don't think there's any doubt about that
No.
either. Anyway,
We're gone.
well, you see, what happens is when I come, the sound is changing. Has Ken been in there?
Ken was in here.
What did he
and
do?
I forgot to report your lack of lighting in the studio.
I'm in semi-darkness here. What do you
Yes.
think I am? Some kind of mole?
I don't know. Yeah, it's shocking. So
Is it a vole? Is it a vole or a mole?
a mole.
What's the
What's a vole?
a vole?
There no. Is there,
a vole? I am a mole and I live in a vole.
we
Not a
have,
mole.
we
I
have
live in a
no
hole like a vole.
moles. There's no moles in Ireland. Is that right? But
Is there
what's
voles?
a vole?
Are
A
there-
vole is a type of
Which are the things that burrow in the dark?
mole.
Is that a mole or a vole?
Mole.
Well, anyway, I'm like a vole in here.
What is a vole?
I am a mole and I live in a hole.
It's a wee tiny thing, is it?
I don't think they're all that tiny. I think they're about the size of a rabbit, aren't they?
No, I think they're wee.
Anyway, let's not be distracted by that. What I was saying was that normally I'm the soul of discretion, and I take this job seriously. Whereas every Sunday night, knowing that I have to get up here in the morning and talk, and it's a great pleasure, Sean. Don't get me wrong. It's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to come in here and speak to the people. So while I try not to drink too much on a Sunday night. Because when you come in here, you have to get up at 7 o'clock to make your... Every man who's on the radio at 10:30 has to get up at least 3 hours before that. Who told us that?
I know who told you that.
Who told you me?
I told.
Who told you me?
Who told me?
Who told you me that?
I'll tell you.
Who?
I'll give you his initials.
Come on.
No, I'll tell you.
He's an old fella, an old broadcaster.
David Jacobs.
That's him. He said to me, never ever go on air unless you've been out of your bed for at least 3 hours. The idea of getting up at 10 o'clock and being on the radio at 10:30 is absolute rubbish because your brain isn't in gear. What you have to do at least 3 hours before you... If you're on the air at 10:30, be up at 7:30. And then you've got a chance of saying something interesting. Then you'll be a little bright. So I've always remembered him. But last Sunday, I succumbed and I took to drink, hence the
What's he
fizzers.
doing now?
I think he's still got a programme on radio too. I think he plays something on a Sunday night. You know, where you go on a Sunday. That's what happened to us.
Where's he from?
He's from England.
Yeah, but no, but I thought perhaps he may have been.
David Jacobs, very nice man. I can't do him.
No.
That's not his accent. It's
No,
just,
no.
He's a very nice man. Do you remember we met him once?
No, I never met him.
Oh, you never met him? I met him. He was a very, very nice man.
Is he a tall man?
He's not a tall man. He's about, he's tallish. He's my height. I'll tell you a man I met whom I didn't like, Jimmy Young. I didn't like him.
Don't say that.
I'm telling you now. I didn't like him.
Did you not?
No, he was very mean, I thought. But David Jacobs was nice. And who's the fellow we liked most of all, and everybody hates him? Who's the fellow we met and we liked most of all? And he's got a terrible reputation. Who's the fellow?
I don't know.
You do.
I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Huey.
We loved him, didn't we?
Huey.
Did you see the program's on again Sunday night?
Trevor Eve. That's
What a performance.
yeah, what a great performance, yeah.
What?
Even better than Martin Sheen. No, not Martin Sheen. What do you call the fellow who does everybody? He does Tony Blair and everybody. Is it Martin Sheen? Well, Michael Sheen, that's it. Michael
I
Sheen
heard
is
that.
brilliant. Michael Sheen does Tony Blair. He did you hear him
We
shout
heard,
that?
we heard that. We heard that voice.
Keep it down,
coming
Michael.
out of the.
See, that's the people who help me. You see,
know.
Michael knows how to help me. You see, it would
Yeah.
never occur to you to help me.
No.
He's sitting there.
Funny enough, on Sunday night after watching Huey, I thought about the. When you had Ali. I thought Ali was one of the best performers. You know, people playing the playing the part of
playing the part, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I thought the performance of Ali,
Uh-huh.
and second was the Ray Charles.
Really? Oh, in the movie, yeah.
The movie, the guy,
Yeah, Jimmy Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best ever. Jimmy Fox playing Ray Charles will never be equal.
Oh, I think Ali was good.
Really?
I think Ali's.
Let's not get bogged down in this.
No, I
Sean.
want to get bogged down.
I know you do, but that's why I'm here to stop you. Good morning. Let's do the spiel before we do the programme. There are people wondering what this programme is about, and they've no idea yet. And we've been on for 10 minutes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the programme. I'll be here until 12 o'clock, until Wendy comes with her pips. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459. What's in your handbag? 08459 555 678. Who's been swimming in your swimming pool? What's in your chest of drawers? 08459 555 6. I'm going to get in trouble today, don't I? I can sense it.
Yes.
Oh, wait, look at Janice putting her headphones on because she always does that when she knows I'm going to get into trouble. She can write things down that I say. 08459 555 678. The email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, and the text messaging service for those of you who perhaps haven't been dealt the best hand in life is 81771. Man, looking forward to your tenure on the airwaves. He said, the airwaves will be a lesser place without your show from the start of next week. The thought of 2 weeks of the answering boy playing music for the nearly departed. Now, there's the freshly departed, the faithful departed, the almost departed, but the nearly departed is better.
I like that.
The thought of this fills me with dread. Would you see, there's a welcome for you.
Yeah.
Would you please plug 2 gigs for the lads who don't get paid a lot for it, so the publicity is welcome. The Secret Society and 3 other local bands, Saturday the 4th of September, playing in the Pavilion Bar in Ormeau Road in Belfast. Secret Society, The Defects, Stop, 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 Start Again. That's what you call a band. Stop, Stop, Start Again. Isn't that a great name for a band?
Yeah.
Stop, Stop, Start Again. And the Dolly Birds. 4 bands for the Mystical East, Saturday 25th of September at the Black Box. I mentioned on your show would mean a lot to the band, as 2 of them are regular listeners to the show. They've reached that funny age. Now, do you know what I've noticed? There was a young band. Let me just show you now. There was a very young band came in to Belfast on Friday afternoon. They were in recording in the studio, and they're called Southern. And they're like 11 years of age. And every one of them listened to this programme. Do you know that?
No.
And I'm going to play their music now.
Well, what about the man?
What man?
Declan.
The man with the power?
What power?
What power?
No,
The power of
stop.
hoodoo? Hoodoo what? Remember that?
Yes,
Let's
I
do
do
that
remember.
again.
No, I can't. Because I can't do it.
You remind me of a man.
What man?
The man with the power.
What power?
The power of hoodoo.
Who do?
You do.
You do.
What? You see, you can't
I
do
say
it.
yes and I mean what?
Try it again.
All right.
You remind me of a man.
What man?
The man with the power.
What power?
Power of hoodoo.
Who do?
You do.
What?
Remind me of a man.
What man?
The man with the power. You see, that's it.
Power. You see?
Power of hoodoo. See, you always go too far.
No.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello, Gerry.
You remind me of a man. See,
you
nobody
doing?
can do it.
You see?
Yes. What can we do for you, sir?
Gerry, I was away in Canada there for a couple of weeks,
Yes.
and I got the chance to go to a fiddle camp.
A what?
A fiddle camp.
A fiddle camp.
Fiddle camp.
What's a fiddle camp?
A fiddle camp is where fiddle players of
Camp.
various standards, from beginner to intermediate till whatever.
Oh, like a fiddle school.
Fiddle school.
Oh, okay, right.
Fiddle school, yes.
Whenever you say camp, I get nervous.
Right. No, well,
Yeah.
that's the Canadian.
Yes.
It is serious called a fiddle camp.
Uh-huh.
And I had the chance to go for 2 days till the Calvin Volrath fiddle camp.
Where was that?
It was in about 2 hours' drive east of Edmonton.
Right, okay.
And I don't know if you've heard Calvin Volrath.
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Uh-huh.
Good.
Well, tell me, are you a fiddle player yourself?
An average fiddle player.
You're not great, would you say?
Not great.
You're probably good then. People who always say they're not great are usually good. The ones who say they're great are crap.
Well, so So I had the chance. We're on holidays, and I had through Googling YouTube, I had discovered this man about a year ago.
He's a genius.
I thought, he's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's a genius.
And I had the chance, whenever we were over there, I phoned him up. And it was really to say, could I go up and they give concerts at night and so on.
Uh-huh.
So the thing is, he's not known in Ireland.
Not at all, no.
And I have a couple of CDs home for you.
Have you really?
I have indeed, and that's what I was why I phoned.
Oh, please
this morning.
send them. Please send them to me.
Yes, uh-huh.
Would you mind? And I'll send you something back. We're not allowed to give you any BBC money,
right.
but I can send you something back.
Yes, no, it was.
What are you sending back?
Excuse me, there's someone shouting in the background. I will talk to him later and ask him what he likes.
We're looking at his photograph.
Looking at Calvin.
No, yes.
And what does it look like?
He's a stout sort of a man.
Yeah.
A well-made man.
Thanks
Yeah.
for that.
Well,
yeah.
hefty man, or what's it?
That's good, yes. But wouldn't it be great if I could see that?
Why didn't you log on to it?
You never share anything with me. Anyway, tell me what happened anyway.
Yes, at the fiddle.
Yeah.
Camp. Well, I was fit to go for 2 days. It would run about a week, 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to work out that we could spend the whole time. My wife was with me on holidays.
Oh, it's no good when the wife's with you.
So
No crack at all.
sort of a bit of a compromise anyway, and I said we'll go for 2 days.
Uh-huh.
And rang Calvin, and I was a gentleman, and he said, if you can join us for a couple of days, that'd be great. So it was a great experience, and there was I think there was 8 instructors in total, maybe 4 or 5 fiddle players, a couple of piano was also taught, and guitar and mandolin.
Anybody else from here?
No, I was the farthest travelled.
Well, listen, did he hear you playing?
Yes.
And he asked, and then he wanted to spend some time with you.
Well, the camp, we lived.
What does that tell you?
Sorry.
He heard you playing, right?
Yes.
And then you're with him for a while.
Yes.
What does that tell you?
Well, it was great.
It tells you that he thought you were good. That's what it tells you.
No,
Because fiddle players who hear other fiddle players and think they're no good, they don't spend any time with them.
Yes. Well, the whole time we were in the camp, we actually lived there,
Yes.
and it was a funny setup. It was actually a church that rooms. They use it for retreats and various things.
Oh, don't use that
But-
word to me. Yeah.
But it's also used by organisations that different functions.
All right.
So it could be rented out and whatnot. So that was, we lived there, our meals, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a fantastic experience. But it's just I'd love other people, like-minded people. And when I say the fiddle player, sometimes you might get the impression that he's for the heavy gang, but his music is so appealing to everybody.
Well, please do send me that if you don't mind.
No, I certainly will.
And I'll send you Hugo's inspirational album in exchange.
We have him here, and Janet has forwarded you now. He's playing Danny Boy. We
Oh,
have him on YouTube.
that is the one. That
yes.
is it.
So you can play it, Jerry.
I can't play it.
Is that the
Well,
CD?
can you listen to it? You can
I
look
can
at
listen
it.
to it, but I can't
Oh,
see
can
anything
you
that
not?
comes. Is that on MP3 or something?
It's on YouTube, so it's.
See, I can't play directly from YouTube onto the air.
Can Ken that help you?
Yes, he can, but he won't.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. I said to him yesterday. A man sent me a tune yesterday on MP3, and I said to Ken, can I play MP3 straight onto the air? And he said, yeah. I said, well, could you fix it for me? He said, not now. And then he went away. I never seen him again. See, that's the kind of help I get here. Anyway, listen, would you send me those, please?
Well, listen. Apparently, you're going away. If you want, I can get them up to you before this week, if that's any.
Well, where do you live? Sorry, where do you
I live in a place called Donaghmore, which is outside Dungannon.
Well, if it wouldn't be a terrible trouble,
Yeah.
by all means, or you can drop them into BH in Belfast for me.
Sorry.
Or you can drop them into Belfast or Derry, whichever you prefer. If you want to, but don't be going to any great trouble. But that
No,
would
well,
be...
when it's fresh in their mind and stuff.
All right then.
I'd love to get them a bit of airplay.
And as I say, I'll send you a couple of.
You'll not be here.
Do you not hear what he's saying?
What?
He says he knows that I'm going away at the end of the week.
But you'll not be here.
I know, but he's going to try.
You'll not be here before you go away.
I will be here before I
You
go
won't
away.
be here before you go away.
When I go away, I won't be here.
No.
But before I go away, I will be here.
No, you won't. You won't be here in time for him before you go away.
Could you hear me building up to saying to him it's probably better if you drop him into Belfast?
No.
Because we've got an outside broadcast
Yes.
on Thursday morning. Oh, by the way, we have an outside broadcast on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to come along to that. There's some great music. It's the opening of the Open House Festival
Right.
in the John Hewitt Bar. Why don't you come down for the crack on Thursday morning?
Thursday morning.
Why don't you come down?
And if I bring those couple of CDs,
Yeah, come down. And
Yes.
there's fiddle players galore down there. Maybe you could play a tune yourself.
that would. It's Calvin I want you to hear.
Well, come on down, will you?
Well, I do. Thursday. I think
Thursday?
Good. What?
If you can, 10:30 in the morning to 12 o'clock, John Hewitt Bar in Donegal Street.
Right. Well, I do.
A drop of the crate or a pint of stout, whatever you like. Coffee.
Right. Yeah.
I don't drink until 1.
Right,
Normally.
right.
So
Uh-huh.
I always keep. So you're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. But if you can't do that, please drop him off to me, and I would love to, because I've heard that guy before.
And then also, this is
Sorry, that's not me finishing that sentence. That's someone else.
That's Sean.
Finishing the sentence.
But I just
Stop
realised.
finishing my sentences.
I've just realised then. You see, whenever
You finished my sentence.
whenever Declan gives you the Canadian
CDs.
CDs, you give him your present.
No, I'm going to give him 2 copies of Hugo's Gospel album,
Right.
Two.
which is much sought after. No,
Only
I have
2?
15 of them up there.
Well,
All right then.
How would it go in Canada, Gerry?
Like a lead balloon. I'll give you. I'll find out. So I'll bring something down for you. Or if I don't give you something on Thursday, I'll give you something when I. Excuse me. Did I say something funny there?
Girls are laughing.
Oh, titter you may. Titter you may.
Yes.
All right then. But we look after you.
Yeah. That's
I look after you. The others won't, but I will.
Well, I'll see you on Thursday.
Okay
Gerry,
then.
all been well.
Come up and introduce yourself.
I will do.
Okay.
I will do. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, Gerry.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Are you going to that outside broadcast on Thursday?
I don't know.
I hope not.
No.
Well,
Because
anyway,
there's
it's-
not a lot for me to do.
no, that's all the more reason why you should be there. On Donegal Street, it's the opening of the Open House Festival. Lots of live music, and I've got. I'll tell you later on what kind of bands are definitely appearing there. But people will be dropping in from 10:30 until 12 o'clock. We did it last year. Did I do it last year? No, I didn't do it last year. I was away. But John Toll did it last year.
Did he? No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Well, who did it then?
Big Ralphie.
Was it Ralph?
I think
I'm
so.
sorry. I don't think so.
I think so.
Maybe it was.
I think so.
I don't know. Oh, I know. I was away. You should know you were here.
But I wasn't there to be here.
But I'll be here until I go, and then when I do go, I'll be away.
Well-
but before I go, I'll be here. All
No,
right?
you won't.
Well, I won't be here. I'll be there.
No, you'll only be here once.
Before I go
you-
away, I won't be here, but I will
You'll
be
be
there.
here once before
I'll be
you go
there
away.
before I go away, but I'll be here first before I'm there before I go away. You got
Yes,
that?
yes, yes.
simple.
Only once, but
So you're welcome to come down, please, general public, and you get a cup of coffee, get a pint even, and it's good crack.
not until after 11:30.
Who was the most famous man that we ever introduced in the John Hewitt?
Well,
And he wasn't famous then.
it's Boxcar, Steve Sick Car Wooly. I call him.
Sick Bag Willie. Yeah, Sick Bag Willie. Yeah, he was. Sick Bag Willie. Seasick Steve. I'm going to tell him Sick Bag Willie.
It's an awful thing to call him that.
Sick Bag Willie.
I know.
My God. That's the best you've ever come up with. Okay, we introduced for the first time to the general public a fantastic musician with a beard and a guitar, and we didn't know what he was going to be like at the time, and he was great. And I had the privilege of saying, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, please put your hands together for Sick Bag Willie. Seasick Steve. Well, this is Southern. These are the people who listen to this program, young people. Very good, I think. It's a song called
It's very loud.
Headspin. It's not loud. Not loud enough.
You sing so loud again. You sing so loud again. Yeah. You sing so loud.
That's nice, isn't it? It's a nice sound, that. That's a band called Southern. Let me just see what the track is called. It's called Headspins. Excellent. Here's a blast from the past. It's a lady who writes to us. She said, "This is just a wee note to tell you that I'm trying to get the courage to call you. I'm not meaning to make a comeback. I never went away. I got a phone call from a lady who listens to your show. She told me that someone was inquiring about me. The Banjo Max. That was our stage name in the old days when Daddy and Mary and I appeared on variety shows. I'm the last of that act. Yes, we did perform in the Guildhall Stroke Londonderry. Anyway, I was wondering if you still were in touch with that person. I'm like an old TV now. The sound is okay, but the picture is faded." Who's that?
That's
Kathleen
Kathleen
McGarvey.
Kathleen
That's
McGarvey.
Kathleen, if you're listening, come on. I'd like you to play the banjo. What we need in this show is more people playing the banjo. I've often said that to you. How often have I said that to you upstairs?
Yeah, you have.
Need
Quite
more
often.
people playing the banjo in this show. Kathleen, give us a ring, by all means. 08459 555 678. And
I would like to get someone playing the harmonica.
I don't want that.
Why not?
I want the banjo. Harmonica's unbearable. Back after the news.
On 92 to 95 FM,
and 1341 medium wave.
this is BBC Radio Ulster.
BBC News at 11 o'clock. I'm Martin Montague. Police have arrested a 37-year-old man following an attempted armed robbery at the Bloomfield shopping centre in Bangor. A masked man with a gun entered a video rental store last night and demanded money. As he was pointing the gun at a member of staff, a customer came in, jumped over the counter and restrained the would-be robber. Police were called and made an arrest. Parents of people with learning disabilities being treated on the same hospital ward in Londonderry as two paedophile brothers say they're considering refusing to leave the ward in protest. The parents met last night to discuss James and Owen Rowe McDermott's treatment close to their sons and daughters. Margaret Pollock says on a recent visit she found her daughter Michelle in a sitting room with one of the brothers.
One of the brothers just looked me straight in the face, and my daughter was on the armchair at the other end. I sat and cried the whole way home. I do not want my daughter sitting in a sitting room with a paedophile. I have never slept, and I think there's not a parent has slept, as we could gather that at the meeting last night. But we need them removed, and they will be removed. We are going to see that they're going to be removed.
2 cannabis factories have been discovered in a search of 2 houses in Castlewellan. Police seized 160 plants and associated paraphernalia. They say a 44-year-old man will be questioned at a later date in connection with the seizures. The age for screening for cervical cancer in Northern Ireland is to be raised from 20 to 25. The Department of Health says it's following practice in England and Wales and recommendations by the World Health Organization. But the department says that women aged 25 to 49 will now have the opportunity to be checked more frequently, as the screening interval will be reduced from 5 years to 3 years. An unemployed lorry driver who tried to sell the Ritz Hotel in London has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. Anthony Lee, who's 49, was convicted of obtaining £1 million by deception from a potential buyer. And now the weather with Barra Best.
It'll be a much drier day, but we will hold on to a fair amount of cloud. Breaks, though, will allow bright or sunny spells, especially during the afternoon. It won't be as warm and as muggy as yesterday, highs up to 19 degrees in a few places. Staying dry this evening and overnight for most. The cloud lingers over the next few days, but it will be generally dry before more rain on Friday.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
Northern Ireland Water is carrying out work on the Tamla Road in Omagh. Long delays can be expected there as the road is to remain closed until mid-September. Meanwhile, the Strabane Road in Castlederg is closed for roadworks, and for those travelling between Banbridge and Guildford there's a road closure at Lawrencetown. Then from midnight on Friday night the new A1 road at Newry will be open to traffic between Clog and Beach Hill. And finally, at the George Best Belfast City Airport, this morning's flight from Leeds Bradford is delayed to 12:15. And Jordan reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, new cars all around. That's what Stormont ministers are looking for. Good idea? Or do you think they should be scrapped? bigging up the big society, but how can Cameron's vision make a difference for us here? Cracking the credit crunch, hotels in the south charging knockdown prices to get your business. Got a good deal lately? Tell me about it. And puppy fat, 1 dog in 3, too fat. Are you killing your four-legged friend with kindness? Come on, come clean to me and join the debate on Talkback at 12.
How fat is your dog?
Pretty fat. As a matter of fact, it's so big, I have to roll it when I go out for a walk.
She squinted into the light. Those western rays were far too bright, burning on her skin. Rubbed the sleep out of her eyes and turned her back on darker skies. Said it's time to let it in. I can see you. Better under big blue western skies. Walk the path with sunburned feet, drawn by a distant beat to the solitary shore of glistening sands, broken shells, 100,000 fare thee wells, and something new she could not ignore. I can see you, so much better under big blue western skies. I can see you, so much better under big blue western skies. Western rays were far too bright on that solitary shore of glistening sands, broken shells, 100,000 fare thee wells, and something new she could not ignore. Something new she could not ignore. I can see you, so much better under big blue western skies. I can see you,
great song. That's it's called Big Blue Western Skies by an Australian singer called Rory Faithfield. But I think he's based in Ireland, or he is in the meantime. And I think it's the first Friday after I come back after I'm away in September. I think it might be the 30th of August, actually. I'll be featuring him and another Australian singer-songwriter called Phil Davidson. The two of them are going to come in. And Phil Davidson was born, I think, somewhere in Ballymena. He wrote a song called Ballymena Agnes, which was great. So he's coming over here. So him and Rory are coming in to kind of a duo, an Aussie duo. Two Irish men who, basically men from Ulster, or should I say Ireland, or whatever you think, will be singing about living in Australia. Gerry, could you please thank everyone at Glasgow-Berry for the great day we had on Saturday. Great reports about Glasgow-Berry last Saturday. Paddy Glasgow himself was in here, and he was very appreciative of all the support, and much appreciated on behalf of all those who attended. Thanks. And another little message here from Chris. He says, did you hear Uncle Hugo on Radio 1 on Friday? Did you hear that?
No.
It's on with Greg James. I thought you would have been a better choice since he's always playing. That's the fella who plays clips of us on the show. Hugo asked the studio audience, are you all from Northern Ireland? Audience cheers. Do you all listen to Hugo? Silence. But that was great. It's good to see a man on the TV. Graham McDowell has turned even more American since he won the Open. What's going on with him? I don't know what's going on with Graham. Do you know what's going on with Graham, John? I think he's afraid he's going to spend too much time in the 19th hole. He'd need to get back on his game because
I did notice that he's sort of modifying the accent now.
Do you think that's because people are noticing it?
Yeah, I think so. He's really working hard on it now.
I never noticed it really because it's difficult for a young Rory McIlroy, of course, the second round in the, where was it, St Andrews?
Yeah.
What a wonderful, but then the wind caught him. I'm sometimes caught with wind myself, but you know.
Yeah, I sort of heard that this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you just like texts, but I don't have time to ring. Could you please play the Dixons by the Corncrakes, a song which brightens your day? Oh, it's Lady Dixons. Yeah, I'll do that. You remind me of a man who cooey. Stop that. That sounds like a regular listener. How about Mickey Hart and Michael McGimpsey giving the Tyrone lads a team talk before their upcoming match against the Dirty Dubs? Okay, why don't you be Mickey Hart? I'll be Michael McGimpsey.
Well, I can't really be Mickey Hart. I don't really know Mickey Hart.
You can't do Mickey Hart, can you not?
Well, I'll just do now, boys. You're playing for the Jersey boys. You know, now give it your best shot now. I want you in particular now, Michael. Michael, I want you to get the breaking ball.
Mickey, you didn't turn up last week. You didn't turn up last week.
Now that's the sort of passion I want now when you go out. Now that's exactly what I'm looking for, Mickey. Now, Mickey, when you go out onto the field now, get the breaking ball outside the box and fire right up under the full forward.
Do you think, excuse me, Mickey, do you think we should go for the dirty ball in the middle?
No, we're not using the dirty ball. We're going for the breaking ball.
What about if we just play for the Jersey?
Now, come on, Gypsy, get that passion. Come on, let me hear you now. Come on.
All right, let me try and build up a head of steam. Okay, now, players, pay attention here.
That's it.
I have just one piece of advice for you. You're playing for the Jersey.
There's 50,000 people behind you roaring you on. Come on now, Michael, go for it.
I'll do an impersonation of the 50,000 people roaring.
That's the passion what we've been missing. That's great, Gerry.
Let me just say one thing to the players without you interrupting. Let me just say this. If you have a choice between the sticks and the onion bag, go for the onion bag.
That's it. Sam's on his way with that passion. He's on his way with that passion.
Sam.
That's the passion I've been looking for.
Sam.
That's great, Gypsy. You're on. You're full forward on Saturday.
Anybody want 500,000 swine flu jabs? I have a garage full of them. Could you use a couple of them? I would love to get rid of them. I can't get a car in. What do you think?
I wish I had another 14 licky.
Play for the Jersey.
God, you're brilliant, son.
Go for the square
Your
ball.
dad'll be proud of you.
Thanks.
Bring Sam back.
Sam.
I'd have you as the doctor. Small black bag and a big black coat. I'd have you make a house call to the woman. You could lay your diagnostic hand upon her belly and her throat. If you were in my movie, you could be the detective. You could sit behind the desk with a question on your lip. Examine her for motive, investigate the scene. In the ever-present danger, keep the holster at your hip. If you were in my movie, if you were in my movie, if you were in my movie. If you were in my movie, you could be the priest. Long black frock, white collar at the neck. You could come to the confession. You could give a girl a thrill. You could save her from her passion, keep her body in check. If you were in my movie, if you were in my movie, if you were in my movie. If you were in my movie.
Do you see what happened there?
Yes.
Mark Patterson's in here and he made me press the wrong thing. And the reason he came in here is because he was telling me about a track that's on this. I was talking about Glasgow Berry, right? Should I play that again? I don't know. The moment is gone, I think. I'll play it again maybe some other time. But he was telling me about a track on this new Glasgow Berry CD. It's called 23-track CD, Glasgow Berry 2010, of a band called Cashier Number 9 who appeared in the studio with me a couple of weeks back. And this is I think this is something that's been produced by David Holmes, so I thought I'd play this instead. Now, hold on a second. Get it right. There we go. That's it.
Every
That's Cashier number 9. That's a track called Lost at Sea, which is a track from their new album. I don't think it's been released yet, which has been produced by David Holmes, of course, a worldwide figure, a DJ. And this is an album called, it's a 23-track CD called Glasgowbury 2010, and that's out quick. And I don't know how you would get that. Maybe perhaps the website, www.glasgowbury.com. www.glasgowbury.com, and there's 23 tracks in that, 23 different local bands, and I'm just counting 13 of them have been featured in this programme live. That's not bad, is it?
No. Fair play to
What
you.
kind of a good boy am I?
Oh, you're great. Now, could you give the details of the artist that you accidentally took off?
Well, I should put that on again because it's not
Yes.
fair. Suzanne Vega.
And the track?
Actually, I'll play it again. It's called If You Were in My Movie. I'll play it again now in a moment because it's not fair. It's not fair to tease the people.
No.
Joel Taggart was talking about tattooists this morning. So a gentleman writes to me apropos of that very subject eventually. He said, in the middle of the last century, the popular circus Barnum and Bailey. I was reading a great book the other night. It was called The Penguin Book of Hollywood. And it's about, it's a huge, weighty tome. It's writings from everyone who's ever been associated, a lot of people who were associated with Hollywood. Right from the very beginning, from the 1910s right up to now. And there was a great story. But these producers, Charlie Chaplin, invited them to a dinner. He wanted to discuss something with them, top producers in Hollywood. So they went along wondering what he was going to do. And he sat down. And he said he had bought the rights of a book that was called the last, something about, anyway, it was about the last something Days of Christ. That's it. That's called The Last Days of Christ. And he sat there and he said, "This is a great movie." And the guys were saying, "Well, we've heard of that. It's a great book." And he said, Charlie Chaplin says, "I want to play Jesus."
Not a great choice.
And they all sat round there, and they were waiting for the laugh.
Yeah.
But the laugh never came.
Yeah.
And he said, "I've got everything." He said, "I don't believe. I'm Jewish. I look the part, and I'm an actor. It's perfect for me." And they sat the whole night, and they talked about it all night. And apparently they were going back in the taxi, and there was a silence. And one of the guys said, "Has anyone here got the nerve to put up a bill poster which says The Last Days of Christ starring Charlie Chaplin?" Great story.
Yeah.
Apparently he always wanted to play Jesus in the movies. Can you imagine Charlie? But the stick and everything, wouldn't it be great? Anyway,
there's a call.
Is there? Mm-hmm. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Who's this, I wonder?
My name's Rose.
Rose, what can we do for you?
Gerry, I'm looking for somebody to help me look after 3 baby hedgehogs.
3 baby hedgehogs?
Yes.
A prickly situation.
Very.
Okay, well, where did you find... Are they orphaned?
They're in the garden and we were doing work
Uh-huh.
on a wall, so the mother's been separated from them and won't come back. So we're trying to hand feed them.
Yeah. Well, in the case I got now, it used to be a hedgehog lived in our garden, and it goes to show you the amount of gardening that I did, that the hedgehog thought it was his. Because it just spent all day in the garden because he'd never seen anyone in it. And he thought it was his garden. And it was there for months. And we were afraid to go out, you see, because we thought it might scare him. So we used to look out the window at him. And would you not leave them? Do you know where the hedgehog lived?
Yes, we disturbed the nest.
Yeah, but would you not leave them out there just for a couple of hours and then go away?
We did.
And nothing happened?
Nothing happened. They're about 10 days old. Their eyes aren't opened.
Maybe the hedgehog was glad to get rid of them. Maybe it wanted to go out at night.
We did. It's a long story.
Uh-huh, okay.
We did find the mother hedgehog.
Oh.
We put it in a box with the babies.
Uh-huh.
And it broke loose and ran away.
Not the textbook mother.
No.
All right then. So, and you want somebody who knows what they're doing to raise them? Is that basically what it is?
Not necessarily. It's very simple, I believe. I've been reading up on it. I have taken the day off work.
Oh, you haven't got the time to do it?
And I don't have the time.
Oh, I understand. You're
so
working,
I can't
of course.
take a box of hedgehogs to work.
No, especially, do you work in an office?
Near enough.
Near enough, but people don't appreciate a box of hedgehogs in an office. All right then, so anyone who would... do you know what that would be great for? Someone who's got a few kids at home, kind of a responsible age, 10 or 11 school holidays, with someone to look after them. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes,
somewhere with a bit of room. Wouldn't that be
turns
nice?
at it.
So you've got 3 baby hedgehogs, and their eyes aren't opened yet.
That's right.
Oh, well, they'll get their eyes opened. and where do you live roughly? Just what?
Cushendall.
Cushendall. Okay. Yeah. So anybody around there, maybe has got a house full of kids, like who are animal lovers or whatever, who'd be prepared to look after those wee hedgehogs.
It won't take long. They'll only need another 2 weeks of hand feeding.
And then that's them away.
Well, no, they'll be able to lap from a saucer.
Wish I could lap from a saucer. So, are they? That was my next question. Are they difficult to rear, or is it? Do they have to spend a lot of time?
I've taught myself to do it, so anyone could do it.
All right then.
And I have the little bits of equipment.
All right then. Okay. So that's all we need to know. 3 wee hedgehogs, without their eyes opened, would like someone to look after them. Because you would love to, but you can't. And anyone in the Cushendall area would be probably handier. But I mean, elsewhere,
and
whatever.
then the plan would be to release them again.
Of course, yeah,
Yes.
certainly. Into the wild, or whatever passes for the wild in this country of ours.
My
All right,
garden.
then. Well, we'll. I'm sure we'll get some inquiries about that, because a lot of young kids knocking around bored with the sunshine, and would love something to do, especially something that would require them to apply a little tender love and care.
Yes.
All right then. Okay, the number to ring if anyone's listening, 08459 555 678. Anyone's listening who's interested in that, then we'll pass all numbers on to you as and when they come in. Okay, love.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Well, thank you for saving them. But many said another person wouldn't have bothered. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Listen,
There's another call. How often would you feed a hedgehog?
Whenever it wants.
No, but how often would you? I mean, would it be all right to feed it? Say you're going to your bed at 11 o'clock at night and you weren't up then until...
No, you can't feed a hedgehog at night. They get fat.
Yeah, but do you feed it last thing at night and then that does it to the morning?
Well, how about you? How are you fixed? I mean, I think it would eat the same way as you do.
But it wouldn't sleep as long as me, would it? Yes, it would. It would sleep longer,
Surely.
wouldn't it?
Of course
Sleep
it would,
longer.
yeah. Hedgehogs could sleep for 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, you only managed 4. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry. It's Patience Bradley here. You know, your Legs and Co correspondent.
Patience, how I haven't spoken to you for ages.
I know. And listen, I'm really interested about the hedgehog bit just on. I know I'm on about something else, but we had a blind hedgehog called Bobby.
Yes.
And he was an absolute joy. And as that lady says, it really doesn't take much to rear them. And when you have reared them, you would be amazed how clever they are. I mean, they would just take your breath away. You just put the food out at night. Don't give them milk or anything. But just, cat food. And Bobby used to come out at 9 o'clock and he would come round and he'd wander round and then he'd have his tea and then he'd do circuits of the pond to keep himself fit. And he was an amazing little character,
And how many times would you feed them a day?
Oh, just once a day.
Once at night?
Yes, at night. You see, they come out at night. They sleep all day. So they come out about 9 o'clock. He would have come out and they're awake all night. And then they go back to bed and they make their bed. When we actually got this Bobby, there is a very, very good lady. She's called Vanessa and Nigel. I'm sure they'll be listening to this and somebody will tell them. But they're the only hedgehog sanctuary in Northern Ireland. And they live off the dual carriageway at Knock. And anyhow, she got talking to me, a show I was doing. She was at it. And she said, would I like a hedgehog? And she brought down this Bobby. And she bought a bed for Bobby, but she bought no bedding. So we just put him in the garden and what have you. And the next day we couldn't find him. We literally searched the garden. And you know what he'd done? He had he'd burrowed under a pond of ours and he'd made himself a bed. They're amazing little characters. But as I say, if Vanessa doesn't hear, that lady will get somebody. They only need to be sort of brought up for a few weeks, as she said. She seemed to know exactly what she was doing anyway.
Yeah, and he slept all day and was up all night.
Oh, yeah, they all do.
I was like that until I was about 28.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, and then I changed.
Okay, you've changed well, Gerry.
No,
and I think that's what's kept you so young and youthful, because you've been sleeping so long. You're in your second childhood really now, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, I've been sleeping so long and I'm actually only 25.
Really?
Yes, in
well,
real
I must
terms.
tell people, I hate to say you do look a little bit older, but we won't go there. Anyhow, listen, I'll tell you what it is. You're awfully good to let me come on about this. This is, I'm involved in Percy French Society as well.
Yes.
This is a lady in the Percy French Society, and she has got involved with this organisation here called Food for Thought Africa. and it really is to help people in Africa, education. Now, it's called Colours of the Organ, and she has Adrian Anderson, who I believe is an organist from Portrush.
Yes.
Anne Morrow, mezzo, and William Loughran, bass. So if anybody is interested, it would be a lovely way to have a really lovely evening, and also make sure that all your money, the tickets are £10, but all the money will be going straight to the cause.
So when is that and where is it again?
It is on this Friday, the 30th of July, at 8 p.m, and it's Ballywillan Presbyterian Church, Portrush.
All right, Patience.
Okay, many, many thanks.
Listen, I must tell the people for the benefit that we haven't talked to you for a long time.
Right.
Patience, you've got a colourful past.
Oh, I have. Thank yourself.
Legs and Co. used to be a very, very desirable bunch of young ladies who used to dance on Top of the Pops, and you were one of those.
I was.
Hey,
Still very desirable now, Gerry.
What kind of state are your legs in these days?
Oh, actually, I have. Do you know, not only was I a dancer with Legs and Co, I actually won the best legs, not only of Britain, well, it was all Britain, it was Wales, England, all over in 1986. So going back, there you go, and they still are gorgeous.
Oh, okay then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a million. Bye.
Bye. Listen, we've got an offer of help here from an unusual source. I'm going to read this. It's from a young lady. Her name is Danielle. I like the name of that. Hello to all the wonderful people, she says, working at Fantastic Radio Foyle. I am a 24-year-old woman who had been forced to listen to the Gerry Anderson Show by my grandmother constantly over many years. After having this banter and dry sense of humour repeatedly drilled into my brain on a daily basis, I gradually began to get sucked into it, into this say it like it is, stick to your guns entertainment. What can I say? I am now hooked. If I had only one criticism to make, it would be this. Anderson is too one-sided. Yes, I appreciate and admire his old man approach. But do I have an old man approach? I think my approach is young and fresh. Anyway, but he needs someone of the opposite sex. Well, that's true. Oh, sorry, I'll go on. He needs someone of the opposite sex and from the opposite side of the birth to death timeline to inform him of the numerous mistakes he makes, contradict him when needed, and stand up to him. I am that woman. I am, as I said, 24. Strong female, I could kill with one blow of my tongue. A trained actor, feisty. Excuse me, you talking while I'm speaking here?
Emma distracted me. Emma made me talk.
Is Emma not listening to what I'm saying?
She's signalling to me in the corner.
Let her say what she has to say. Let her have her speak, and then I shall proceed. Emma, what do you want to say to him that's so important that you have to interrupt me?
That's what I do.
I know, but that's his job. It's his job. What does Emma want to say to you?
I don't know. They're saying that's what I do. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're talking about. Is that what you're saying? Whatever you're talking about, Emma's saying that's what I do.
No, they don't do that.
Who don't do that?
Them in there.
No, they don't do that.
I know.
No,
this girl's offering to do that.
No, it's not.
This girl's offering to do that.
What? You do it. I do it, whatever I do.
Yeah, but you're not a woman. I don't want a woman to do it. I don't want you to do it.
But I don't know what the woman's doing.
If you'd listen, you'd find out.
That's what I said.
I am, as I said, 24. I'm a strong female. I'm a trained actor, feisty yet lovable. I can come across as very sweet, if required. I'm an actor who's very interested in radio. I would love to have an opportunity to work on your show. I think it would be highly entertaining. I love the sense of humour and personality and would love that opportunity. What do you say? So I suppose the question is, can Anderson handle it? I'm sure he could. Eh? I think we'll have to get her in. Eh? What do you think? I'm a two in there. Fed up with him.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry that was cruel, but,
Don't
it just came out of me. Just come out of me. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
I was thinking about Legs and Co.
I'm sure you were.
The other day. No,
yes.
this is true.
What about Patience? Can you imagine Patience kicking the high nines?
The guy's bought Channel 5 or something, or Channel 4.
Richard Desmond, yeah.
He's thinking of reintroducing Top of the Pops. Now that caused me to think about
That's
Top
the end
of
of Channel 5 now, you realise that.
And I was thinking about it, and I mean no disrespect whatsoever to Patience.
I hope not.
Or any of the girls who involved the Legs and Co. But when I was a young man watching Top of the Pops, I hated Legs and Co.
I imagine that.
And the reason... Janet says why. I'll tell you why.
I didn't ask why. I know better.
But Janet says why.
I know she doesn't
because Top of the Pops was the greatest programme ever.
Because there weren't too many clothes.
Right. And there's the opportunity to see the Beatles and to see the Rolling Stones, to see all the groups, and you waited from Thursday to Thursday, 7:30, and you waited, and there may have been a great song in the charts that you wanted. Hopefully the group would be on Top of the Pops. And you waited, and suddenly they would play their song, and Legs and Co would dance to it, and I hated them, and I wouldn't look at them. I'd
You're
listen to the song.
the only man on record ever saying that you couldn't look at Legs and Co.
No, I hate it. And then there was another group came about Pans people, and I hated them as well too.
No.
No.
There was another girl that was up looking for you the other day, and I told her to go away because she wouldn't like you. Her name is Megan Fox. You don't even know who she is.
Megan Fox.
She was looking for you. I said, no, you're wasting your time, love. I said,
An actress?
Yeah, she's an actress. Yeah, she's beautiful. But I managed to get her to stay. She was looking for you. I said, you're wasting your time there, love.
No, but honestly, I wanted to throw things at our TV.
Stop now. Patience is listening.
I know, but I know I said...
Stop it.
I mean no disrespect.
Stop it. In the middle of the last century, the popular circus Barnum and Bailey toured the USA, and the people of Dixie... Do you know where Dixie is?
Pardon me?
Do you know where Dixie is?
He's dead,
Dixieland. Dixie Dean?
Yeah.
No. Dixieland. The southern states of America. The people of Dixie would descend in droves to see fat men with huge moustaches lift great weights above their heads, sword swallowers push claymores down to each other's esophaguses, and women with exotic tattoos and multi-body piercings, more or less what you'd see on a Saturday night in Omaha. One half of the circus impresarios was P.T. Barnum, who, when asked about why the people flocked to see the ghoulish and frivolous apparitions, coined the phrase, "There's a sucker born every minute." Quite. Well, there are plenty of these in Tyrone and Fermanagh at the moment. This is a man commenting about his immediate surroundings. His name is Adam. I refer, of course, to weddings, and specifically those paying for a wedding. To me, hoteliers must view these folk as sheep ready to be fleeced, and after fleecing, transformed into lamb cutlets and gristle-free mince. Inspiring this crusade is a wedding at the weekend in a certain hostelry in Fermanagh, and I think you, Gerry, should be seated, whilst Sean should be physically restrained and perhaps shot with a tranquilizer dart and a gum shield inserted lest we induce his angina. The price per skull for the meal at this wedding was £95. Now, my argument is this. 50% of the guests couldn't tell the difference between a £95 meal and a £9.50 meal. The other 50% will regurgitate it, along with 2 bottles of wine and vodka tomorrow morning. More importantly, round our way, and I include myself here, we would be quite content with a chipped pea and gravy, eaten out of a foil container with a plastic fork, washed down with a warm tin of harp, which I estimate could be assimilated at less than £5. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. If I could get the owner on his head, I'd rain these blows. As I was saying in the song,
if you were in my movie, I'd have you as the doctor. Small black bag and a big black coat. I'd have you make a house call to the woman. You could lay your diagnostic hand upon her belly and her throat. If you were in my movie, you could be the detective. You could sit behind the desk with a question on your lip. Examine her for motive. Investigate the scene. In the ever-present danger, keep the holster at your hip. If you were in my movie, if you were in my movie, if you were in my movie. If you were in my movie, you could be the priest. Long black frock, white collar at the neck. You could come to the confession. You could give a girl a thrill. You could save her from her passion, keep her body in check. If you were in my movie, if you were in my movie, if you were in my movie. You could be the gangster, double-breasted pinstripe man with the cigarette, go running down the alley with a double-crossing blonde, explaining to the jury that you hadn't done anything yet. If you were in my movie, if you were in my movie,
There we go. Finally played it. Finally played it. And I can't remember who it is now. Of course it is Suzanne Vega, if you're in my movie. As I'm just looking at it as it comes out. Right, there we go. There's the Happy Hedgehog Rescue Centre. Is a place in Belfast, 32 McGuckin Park. 32 MCCAUGHAN Park, Belfast, BT6 9QJ. There's a phone number here, 790-969. Will you take that phone number down in case that lady... Why don't you ring that lady and tell her, where that place is?
Me?
Sorry. Yeah, I thought so, maybe. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry for being so rash as to ask you to do something that would be connected with the program.
Well,
maybe one of the girls would find a moment if they're not doing their nails.
What's the number?
790969.
790969.
I just thought it might be a nice thing.
Right.
To ring the lady with the 3 hedgehogs.
790969.
Belfast. And I thought it would be nice to ring them.
So it's 90.
Yes, Belfast.
Yes, 90790969.
No, that's wrong entirely.
It's not.
Right, stop. 02890. Have you got that?
028, right, 90, right.
790.
969. 969.
That's not what you said.
Oh, did I not? Well, I meant this. That's what I wrote down. I wrote down
what you wrote down was wrong.
I didn't wrote down was right.
What you did write down was wrong.
I didn't.
You did.
Look, Janet, what?
Don't be showing it to her.
790969.
She's in your camp. She's in your camp. She'll agree with everything you say. That's the Happy Hedgehog Centre. The Happy Hedgehog Rescue Centre in McGuckin Park. Will you ring that lady and tell her about that place? Because that's obviously something that would concern her greatly, and it'll get rid of her wee hedgehogs.
Someone else says she should have left them, the 3 hedgehogs, near the nest.
That's what she did.
Oh, what happened?
She put the mother in with when the mother ran away. That's what your mother did on you.
I know.
I know, but she came back because she realised she'd left her purse behind. Coors Light 12th Open House Festival.
What about Joe?
Will you wait? Can't you see I'm advertising our outside broadcast? The Coors Light 12th Open House Festival will be launched on the 29th of July, this Thursday, between the hours of 10:30 and 12 o'clock in the John Hewitt in 51 Donegal Street. It says here it will be hosted by the inimitable Gerry Anderson. Your name isn't here.
No.
They're not expecting you. You're coming down, aren't you?
I don't know.
They do. Go on.
No, I don't.
Go on.
No, you talk to all them men.
You go on. There's women there too.
I
Now you talk to the men. I'll talk to the women.
Yeah.
You're good at talking to men about football and beer.
Would you get a baked spud?
You would. The Lowly Knights are there. They're on that Glasgow Berry CD. Also Kowalski and Barry Kerr and Rory O'Kane, flute and fiddle from 2 of Belfast's finest traditional musicians. That's only 3 of the artists, or should I say 3 of the acts that'll be on. But people will be coming in there all the time. And anyone who's interested in coming down, by all means, you're welcome. Come down and see what I look like. Or even more importantly, what Sean looks like if he decides to come. Come on down. Show yourself to the people. Show them your legs. Show your legs to the countrymen. Oh... Show your legs to the country, step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, show your legs to the countryman. You know, I should have done it. I should have joined that ballad group when John Bennett asked me.
Who was that? Was that the Emmett Spiceland?
Emmett Spiceland.
Was it?
No, it was Danny Doyle. Step it
Doyle.
out, Mary, my fine daughter. Step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter. Show your legs to the countryman. See, I've got the nya. Not many people have got the nya.
Well, that's you inherited it.
I inherited it from my Donegal forebears.
Yes.
Spent last week in France, which was great, and a bonus was able to listen to your programme every night. You and Sean are brilliant, except for him. I just added that bit. Yesterday you helped a man get the words of a poem he was looking for, and I'm going to read that poem later on today. And I asked you for the words of the Rubber Man poem last year, and you never bothered yourself to look for them, even though you said you'd get them to put on the Poets' Corner. Is that on our Poets' Corner?
It is.
Is it?
I'm almost certain.
Would you ask the ladies if you can break them up there to check the Poets' Corner if the Rubber Man is? I think that's on it.
I think so.
Have they finished putting their makeup on yet? They finished.
Emma's logging on now to your corner.
Sorry, tell her I'm sorry to disturb her. Please, Gerry, try to get me these words as soon as possible. I'd be truly indebted. And also, please say hello. This is from Pearl Greenaway in Scotland. Please say hello to my sister Esther in Dungannon, who should be listening in as she heads to the hairdressers. Can't tell how much I love your programme, especially the letters about Tommy the cat. I like those two. Right.
Do you know who walks the same
like
way?
An Egyptian?
No, it just came to me the other night. when watching Bruce Forsyth,
right?
do you know who walks the same way?
Yes.
Only this person hasn't got Bruce's length.
Yes. Hasn't got Bruce's length.
Legs.
I can tell you who it is.
Go on.
But I bet it's not the same person. Now, Bruce Forsyth walks in a peculiar way. It's kind of a dancer's walk.
A dancer's walk. So that's why I think this person...
Well, I looked at it and it reminded me of a person who walks exactly the same way. But it's not the same person, I bet you. Russell Crowe.
No.
In The Gladiators.
No.
We swift walk.
No.
Who? Come on.
No. It's
Jackie Fullerton?
Exactly.
I thought so too.
Jackie Fullerton walks the same way as Bruce Forsyth. Well, I wonder, is Jackie a dancer? Is he? Do you know anything about Jackie?
Many things, but I don't think he's a dancer. No, but he's an athlete. Athletes.
Joe.
Litany of the Streets. Joe Murray sent this to me, and I thought I'd read this. Did you say there was someone on the line? there?
Joe's on the line.
Oh, I'll do that for... Is it Joe Murray?
No. Do you know who I think? Can I just back to Jackie for a moment? And Jackie... No, honestly, I'll not take long. Honestly.
It's all right.
I think if they were to do a remake of Yankee Doodle Dandy, Jackie Fullerton to play Cagney. Think about it.
No, do you know who I think should play Cagney? Sickbag Willie. Hello, good morning.
No, Gerry.
Is that Sickbag Willie?
No, it's not.
Who's this? Oh.
It's Joe here from Scotland.
Yes, Joe.
I was listening to your woman about
Sickbag Willie. Yes.
And if you want to get a hedgehog out in the evening,
yes,
before it gets dark,
yes,
break a raw egg on a saucer and leave it in your garden, and it'll come to it within 5 minutes.
I'd be afraid the alcoholics would gather then.
I have one in my back garden, and it comes up. I have 2 cats, and it comes up among the 2 cats, and I'll tell you, it could bloody nearly talk to you.
It'll do anything to get out the raw egg, is that what you're saying?
It certainly will.
Well, there's a good tip. So you just break a raw egg and it'll come up like a rocket.
Break a raw egg in a saucer and they'll be out within about 5 minutes.
All right, good tip.
Where the hell they are, I don't know, but...
They can sniff...
They have a nest some road, but I don't know where it is.
They can sniff the egg anyway, wherever they
You're
are.
right, they can sniff the egg.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. That's a good tip.
Gerry, do you know what I was thinking?
What?
You're about 40 years before your time.
Do you think so?
Oh, definitely.
What makes you say that?
You're absolutely brilliant.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, I'll talk to you a wee bit longer.
Oh, well, I was going to cut you off there, but I think you're a very interesting man.
No, it's great. I love to hear your programme here.
Thank you very much. Are you a native of Scotland, or are you from... I think you're from here, aren't you? You're from...
I'm from Oma.
Oma. Oh, good man.
Aye.
That's good.
But I'm here a long time.
Well, are you a married man at all, or did you manage to avoid that?
Oh, I'm married and a widow.
Oh dear, sorry to hear that. Did you have a family?
No, I never had a family.
Oh,
no.
That's a shame. Well, would you not come home then?
Well, I do go back and forward, but I go down to the south. I go down to Ballinallee. I have a house in Ballinallee, and I go down there.
Must have a few pound about him.
Down in Longford.
Very nice. All right. Well, nice. Do you listen to Radio Ulster regularly, or?
Every day.
Oh, good man. You don't listen to Hugo, do you?
I do.
Oh, for God's sake. You're worse than I thought. You're in a bad state.
And I go to his shows when they're over here.
No. I always joke about Hugo. Hugo's a good friend of mine. No, don't take me seriously. Sometimes I think...
I know that.
Sometimes I think people think that I don't like Hugo, but I do. I have a lot of time for Hugo. I just like annoying him.
Some of these days before you go away on holiday, will you please play Jane McNamee again?
Oh, Jane McNamee, Carrickfergus.
Aye.
Or something else. I certainly will. Before I go away, I will.
Okay, so I'll be listening.
Best of luck, Jane. Thank you for listening.
Right, Gerry.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. He was going great for a while, but then he,
Yeah.
Do you remember he started talking about me and then he went off to something else? He lost me then. Joe Murray sent us a poem called The Litany of the Streets. It had a lot of response from people who wanted to hear it, and I sent a lot of copies to people via email. Email's a wonderful thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Have I showed you my Kindle?
You did. I fondled it yesterday morning.
He fondled my Kindle. The Kindle is the most wonderful thing ever. I am in love with my Kindle. I can't wait to go to it every night. The Litany of the Streets. This is a poem, I don't know who wrote this, but Joe Murray sent it to me. And it lists all these streets in Belfast that I've hardly heard any of them. But I'll read this. The body of the parish lies stretched beyond... Sorry, I didn't get far to that.
No.
I'll try again. Yeah. The body of the parish lies stretched below the tower. Its main arteries are weakening and dying by the hour. There are clots of bricks and mortar in the little veins of streets, and the talk is all of flitting with everyone one meets. So from Albert Street and Alma Street and Abercorn Street North, Ardmolin and Abyssinia Street, the people must go forth. From historied Alexander Street, already well gone west, will go Baker Street and Boomer Street and Bow Street and the rest. That could well be the demolition of Sailortown, you know.
Oh, right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't.
Bosnia Street and Bread Street, Brook Street and Belgrade will be with Boundary Street and Balkan Street in Balaclava laid. Cape Street, Cypress Street, Cooper and Crane and Cairn Street further up the walls. Conway Street and Cairn Street further up the falls, with Dover, Divis, David and Derby lose their walls. Then Dysart Street and Dunville, Dunlewy, Devonshire will share the fate of Durham and fade into the mire. English Street with Elizabeth and Frere Street must go. With Granville Street and Garnet Street the place will not be slow. The fate of poor old Guildford Street we already know, but Grosvenor Road and Grosvenor Place will have a later show. Gibson Street and Jetty Street and Irving Street will fall, and Inkerman with Leeson Street will soon receive a call. Lincoln Street, Lemon Street, Lady, Lower Clonard, with Mary and Marion will go the way of Milford. MacDonald and Macmillan will go with Marchioness. With Milliken and Milan, that will be some hundreds less. Nail Street, Norfolk Street, Northumberland, North Howard, and Osmond, Odessa and Ormond will be ploughed. Knocking down Pound Street made the census real, and this will happen also to Plevla and Peel. While Panton Street and Percy Street will fall with Quadrant, and Ross Street and Raglan Street will be reduced to sand. Romania Street and Ross Place with Sevastopol will cease, and Scotch Street and Sultan Street will Spinner see decease. Sorella Street and Servia Street with Theodore and Tun will disappear with Varna now their work is nearly done. Already Whitehall Court has disappeared from view. There may be some I haven't mentioned streets and people just as true, but I'm sure that in the future, whatever ill befalls, the glory of St. Peter's will still shine around the falls.
I tiptoed up the staircase, knocked on the door, walked into the room. I sat down facing the window, I had my suit on, sensing the gloom. They said in somber tones we were to be sacrificed, no delay. The Emperor and his henchmen licking their chops on small fry today. They're closing us down, we're just a number. Think of old England, merry and gay. We're in Lady Dixon's beautiful garden, watching the sun going down on the day. It's a puzzle to me, when did the vision start to turn sour? I'm thinking maybe it's lonely up in the top of their ivory tower. But closing us down, we're just a number. Think of old England, merry and gay. We're in Lady Dixon's beautiful garden, watching the sun going down on the day. Everybody's lost in fabulous dreams. The silence is shaking the beams. We got so much support, don't know whether to laugh or whether to cry. I stood out in the quadrangle, 99 red balloons in the sky. They're closing us down, we're just a number. Think of old England, merry and gay. We're in Lady Dixon's beautiful garden, watching the sun going down on the day. They're closing us down, we're just a number. Think of old England, merry and gay. We're in Lady Dixon's beautiful garden, watching the sun going down on the day. Watching the sun going down on the day.
That's Lady Dixon's. Let me just check. I want to make sure I've got this detail right. There's a couple of gigs here. That's the Corn... Oh, no, sorry. That's the Corncrakes, and that's Lady Dixon's. Sorry, it fell. That fell just out of my hand. Did you see that?
It's a
Like
sign.
things are starting to fall out of my hands. I can't understand what this is about.
Janice, would you go to John?
Where is he?
He's in one.
Hello, John.
Good morning, Jack.
What can we do for you, John, today?
The next time you're speaking to Gerry, would you ask him what give to a goat or put on it to keep it from scratching?
But what to give a goat or put on it to keep it from scratching?
Would it be worms or what would be wrong with?
All right, then, okay. Maybe perhaps you could leave that with you, Sean.
You think it might be worms?
Could be.
Oh dear. All right. Okay. Is it doing itself any damage? Is it tearing at itself?
Well, the flesh is starting to break off.
You see, we're worried about that. Okay. Well, sure. Would you not taking to the vet?
No, not really. It's a bit wild.
Eh?
It's very wild.
But would you not be as well going to the vet and talking to the vet about it?
That might be Gerry. Like Gerry's brave and smart, and he might know that.
I know that, but I would, no disrespect to Gerry, but I would talk to the vet first.
Right.
And see what it could be a simple thing, could be its diet or anything at all, you know.
Yeah.
Could be as well talking to the vet.
Do you think you'll be finished? Do you think you'll be finished with him soon?
With 2
That'll
minutes.
do.
Well, okay, John. All right,
Good
then.
man.
Good
Cheers.
man, John. Okay, thanks, John. Bye.
I think you handled that well. I couldn't do that. Here's a man writes to me. His name is Greg. I love your show. Am I allowed to call it a joint show? No, we never smoke here. I keep recommending you to friends in Dublin and in the Big Apple. I first started listening to you when I found out I wasn't in the mood for depressing matters being dealt with on other channels. Pat Kenny, Stephen Nolan, at great length. Hearing you so light and breezy, I hope you don't interpret that as slight and trivial. It's so refreshing. I'll miss you when I go back to school in September, but I hope to catch up on Monday nights at 7 p.m. That's, of course, we forgot to tell the people all about that. That's Anderson's, what do you call that programme again? The new programme? You don't even know what it's called.
Oh, you're listening back
Anderson
again
Extra. You don't even know what it's called?
Yes, I do.
Well, what is it called?
Anderson Extra.
You didn't know when I asked you. Anderson Extra's on. What time's it on at on a Monday night? Is it 7:30?
It used to be 7.
Is the undertone not there? Can he not tell us? He doesn't know.
What's it?
7:30. It's on a Monday night at 7:30. It's various clips from this show. The best. Sometimes it only lasts for a minute and a half. No, it's a half an hour every Sunday night. Sorry, let me start again, will you? It's 7:30 every Monday night. Anderson Extra. It's a compilation of various little bits from this show. So this gentleman says, hearing about hedgehogs and remembering how my father used to read cowboy books makes life a joy. I associate you with the summer holidays, and I'll miss you when I go back to school in September. Please keep abusing Sean.
Sounds lovely, doesn't it?
As a man who knows how things work.
Yeah.
Listen, is it you or Gerry Kelly's going to do the first
Gerry.
read? Back tomorrow then. Bye.